Bitcoin just put in a $3,000 swing to the downside in around an hour. What in the world, everybody? The question, why? Why did that just happen? Another question, what in the world is Bitcoin going to do next? What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hit that subscribe and like on the way in. I appreciate it. Hey, turn those notification bells on as well. Get notifications as we do these Bitcoin technical analysis updates. So let's jump into the video. This is just crazy. I can't help but just keep saying we are in a whole new world of Bitcoin. A $3,000 swing, basically, from $33,000 plus to around $30,000. I hope you're ready, everybody, because I don't think this is going to slow down at all. But what just happened in terms of this dip? Check this out. This was from this was like a few hours ago. I want to take the Fibonacci retracement from this swing low touch to the bottom trend line to this current move. Bitcoin's now it's $32,070. I want to take that and I want to look at a short-term Fibonacci. If this entire rising channel is going to consolidate, and let's go back to the hourly. It might actually be a little clearer. So here's our Fibonacci retracement. You can see on the hourly chart. So that's a Fibonacci retracement. That's a pullback area, that green channel that you see on the charts. If you're new to this YouTube channel, I use Fibonacci retracement all the time to gauge support for Bitcoin. So this is how it's played out. Obviously, since I did that video, we had, a higher swing high than when I did that video. Bitcoin was just in the middle of a move when I did that video, around 32,000. But we've put in an official swing high now. And you can just see from that trend line swing low, charting the same exact Fibonacci to that swing high that Bitcoin put in. Look at Bitcoin. And this is so important. This really is urgent, everybody. This channel, if you're watching anything today, you should be watching this support channel on Bitcoin. We're talking $30,500 down to around $29,700. Bitcoin on the hourly, just $3,000 swing low into that area. So important. The reason why it's so important is not only do we have this kind of micro chart, the hourly ascending broadening wedge that you see Bitcoin broke out of, right? And it kind of just was up there for a couple hours, few hours, came back down. That's key to watch that. But not only that, but there's something else going on here on the macro chart, the daily charts. Now, I don't know if you saw my videos in the last few weeks, but I've basically talked about Bitcoin. I'm not going to play a clip from this, but I talked about Bitcoin putting in a swing high around that $34,000 area. And this was $22,000 when I did this video. And that's basically based off of this daily chart. Bitcoin making such a similar move as of recently as it did in the spring and summer of 2019. And we had this target up here at this upper trend line when Bitcoin was $22,000, like right down here. Bitcoin has made the move. The move is this move back in the spring and summer of 2019. Listen, I get it, everybody. Institutional investors, supply shock, bull market this time, right? We're in this whole new environment, but Bitcoin is not really doing anything so different just yet. Now, and the reason I say that is just because this 233% move in 2019 compared to this current move, this first consolidation area before breakout, 188% move, right? So nothing out of the ordinary, really. And so we have this macro resistance line that we've been talking about for 2 to 3 weeks now. Bitcoin just hit it. And you can see it's so confluent with what's going on the hourly charts, right? And now here's the hourly chart. Now this trend line is this ascending broadening wedge. So a lot of resistance now at these two very key areas. And the question is, this is decisive. This is a moment of truth for Bitcoin. The question is, and going back to this daily chart, zoomed out, how is Bitcoin going to consolidate or form structure this time around, right? So we've gotten this move. What's Bitcoin going to do here comparatively to back here? Bitcoin essentially found structure in a descending triangle, and we saw lower lows after that for months, right? Guess what? We're in a bull market now. And we can absolutely look for structure now, but we can be a little lot more optimistic about what that structure offers Bitcoin, right? So here we are, the swing high, and we're going to just look for structure. And if we kind of go to a zoomed in daily chart, here is this last swing low on Bitcoin, and this was like December 21st, not long ago, to our current swing high, back down to a longer term kind of midterm Fibonacci retracement, 26,000 to around 24,300 or so. That area can offer so much support for Bitcoin, structure for Bitcoin, and then what happens next, right? Are we in a symmetrical triangle of sorts? Bitcoin consolidates before upside. Does Bitcoin fall into maybe some type of falling channel, falling wedge before Bitcoin continues to the upside? There's no guarantee Bitcoin's even going to consolidate into any structure. And this is the moment of truth. Does Bitcoin, number one, does Bitcoin consolidate into some type of structure and continue to the upside, proving we are, in fact, in the bull market, which I think everybody is aware of? Or does Bitcoin do what it's been really doing on the weekly chart and kind of defying historical odds and historical data that we've been tracking? And does Bitcoin actually just completely disregard this current macro resistance and just keep going, right? And all of a sudden we're in the 40,000 plus range for Bitcoin. Does that happen? And that's what we're watching. But on the hourly chart, everything Bitcoin has just done in the last couple hours, you might have been watching on the charts and wondering what is going on. On the micro zoomed in chart, this last trend line swing low to this current swing high, Bitcoin coming down to this micro support area is so consistent with Bitcoin. And actually, you can just see zooming out now, and I've marked these areas on Bitcoin every $1,000, and we've just talked about how all of this is cushion. And this is what cushion looks like now, everybody. Bitcoin coming back into these previous all-time highs Bitcoin broke and forming short-term structure. This is short-term structure for, yes, everybody, continuation to the upside. So in play right now for Bitcoin, but you have to watch these support areas when we visit them, right? They happened back here too, not long ago. This is the end of December, a few days ago. And this was, like mid-December right here, Bitcoin consolidating at these recent all-time high breaks, right? Here's a little dip, very similar to a dip that's happening right now. So these are what dips are looking like. Will the theory hold that these dips are being bought up like crazy? Potentially, but currently just watch support now at this area on the micro, 30,400 down to 29,700. Watch support there. Does it hold? And really, how will that translate to Bitcoin on this chart? Will there actually be a little bit more of a midterm consolidation with a little bit more downside for Bitcoin? This Fibonacci retracement on the daily chart really could bring Bitcoin down, another 20% or so. It could happen. If you don't think 20% dips are possible, this YouTube channel is just not for you. But if you do think they are possible, just be prepared for it. This is what structure may look like for Bitcoin. But let's continue to track Bitcoin on the hourly chart. We could get a bounce here and just break right through this upper trend line on the ascending broadening wedge and break out to that $34,000 area. Time will tell. Hit that subscribe, everybody. Hit that like. Let's keep tracking this. Very exciting times for Bitcoin. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.